Today on another Baldur's Gate 3 build guide, I am going to show you how to maximize your story for the game. Some races and builds have better story options, more dialogue choices, and unique things that occur when you pick them and make a playthrough. We have two different builds that don't matter as much as the race choices. So we'll start with the first one, the Drow. When you pick a Drow as your race, you have extra dialogue options in a lot of the first and second act, even some in the third act. This is mainly because in the lore, the Drow are very rarely seen on the surface. And because of this, people will tend to either be afraid of you, in awe of you, or just the sheer mystery of your character they will comment on. Now the first build we'll talk about with the Drow is you want to be a bard for 3 levels, and you could go more, but we're going to do 3 levels minimum, and we're going to start with bard because the bard also has a lot of unique dialogue and story options, because bards are kind of like traveling historians, and they know about a lot of story, a lot of different history in the game. So the bard will give you more unique story choices. Then we're going to go into ranger. And the reason is we're going to be doing a dual wield, single-handed crossbow build, where you have 2 crossbows, 1 in each hand, and you are going to kick some booty. Now you're also going to want to put some thief in there. So ultimately you could say this is 3 levels bard, 3 levels ranger, 3 levels thief. And you can go extra levels in either category you want, or you could pick your own for the last 3 levels. The reason you want thief in there is for the extra action, the more moves, the dual wielding capabilities. You want ranger in there for the long range abilities. Definitely they stick more to longbows, but it will help with the crossbows. And you need the bard for the story aspect. Again, you can go male or female with this. They both have the same options in terms of story. You won't have extra romance chances. Everybody in this game seems to be bi, because that's Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm gay!
What you want to focus on though is definitely starting with bard, moving into either thief or ranger. Maybe you want to do thief at level 4, and you want to just love on those dual crossbows. You will destroy everything in your path, wipe out everything at long range, and it's definitely broken, in my opinion, when you start kicking butt with 2 crossbows. The thief will give you the extra bonus actions, so when you take 3 levels of rogue, you get cunning action, and you could sneak around even and do extra damage while sneaking. The next race and build you can do to maximize story is the Durgar. The Durgar is also, in terms of lore, a very unique race. Not many people know about these deep dwarves, and when they're seen on the surface, people's jaws drop. This will add extra story elements, extra dialogue, and things to talk about in your playthrough. This build, we're not going to go bard. You know about the bard adding extra story. You can always add 3 levels or 1 level to get those story options. But for this build, we're going to go very unique. You might like this one. This is going to be a throwing master build. You are going to be the master of throwing weapons. But in order to maximize this and optimize it, you need to go Eldritch Knight. Just get up there to level 3 fighter, get the Eldritch Knight, and the reason is you can enchant your main weapon, so when you throw it, it automatically returns to you. This will make you almost like Thor, throwing his hammer around the game. Extra damage, extra cool, because the weapon comes back to you. And this is a fun build. You can mix this build. You can go the magic route and give yourself extra magic. You can go the full warrior route, give yourself extra strength, extra buffs when throwing your weapons. You basically are a long-range warrior with the ability to chuck your weapon at any enemy you see fit, anywhere around the battlefield. This build is very fun. I have only tried this on paper so far, so if any of you have experience with this build or a throwing build out there, definitely write it in the comments below. The cool thing is, you're going to be a deep, underground, subterranean, mysterious dwarf with the extra dialogue abilities, and then when the fight starts, you're just going to chuck whatever weapon that's enchanted that you put magic on at any enemy's face you want, and then that weapon's going to come right back to you. This could be very interesting, with a wizard, a sorcerer that adds extra magic weapons to the battlefield that can attack on their own. This could be cool with a thief, so you have double attacks. This could really be interesting in many different ways. But the whole point is this: the Drow and the Durgar have extra dialogue capabilities, extra story. This will maximize your game in terms of the lore and the story. Other races like human, they're great and all, but they don't have as much robust story capabilities. And then if you throw Bard in there, even one level, you will be able to talk even in more detail and have more dialogue options, and this is the way to maximize the story in this game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Hit that thumbs up button. It really helps YouTube's broken algorithm. And share this with a friend that loves Baldur's Gate 3, especially unique builds. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great rest of your day.